Accidents happen.
You're such an asshole.
Yes.
I love it. So anyway, they knew that you might try something. How did you get away with that?
Well, they called up my agent and they
Sacha Baron Cohen doesn't just make people laugh. He makes people expose themselves. And that's what makes his comedy different. Borat, Ali G, and Bruno look ridiculous on the surface. But behind the chaos, Sacha is always completely in control. He walks into interviews acting clueless, and within minutes, celebrities stop sounding polished. That's when the comedy stops feeling scripted. And starts feeling real.
It's actually true.
That's a true story.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good wife. Well, that is a real wife.
Okay, so she has the beard.
She has the beard, just in case anyone checks down there. There's an excuse to have a bit of bush there.
Yeah.
And I've got the cap, the allergy cap, and we put the glasses in another bag, blah, blah, blah. And then essentially 30 minutes before I had to go on, we went into this bathroom right on the side of the stage and she put the beard on me. Because
she went into the bathroom with you and she did your makeup for Ali G secretly.
Yes, exactly.
So then when you walk out at that moment, the producers, the director, everybody, they just, oh God, he did it to us.
Yes, well the good thing is Hollywood is one of the places where you can disappear into a toilet for half an hour without anyone questioning. They thought there could be 2 or 3 things that me and my wife were doing. Neither of them involved going to the actual toilet.
Yeah, exactly. There's a story. I don't know if it's true, but you went to the Oscars dressed as the dictator, and you were carrying, I believe, the ashes of
the late Kim Jong-il.
Yes. And they didn't want you. You spilled the ashes all over Ryan Seacrest.
Yes, accidents happen.
You're such an asshole.
Yes.
Most comedians rely on punchlines. Sacha relies on reactions. The funniest part usually isn't what he says. It's watching people desperately try to stay professional while the entire situation slowly falls apart. And the harder they try to recover, the funnier it becomes. Because eventually, the mask slips. The media training disappears. The polished image cracks. And for a few uncomfortable seconds, you see the real person underneath. That authenticity is what makes his comedy so addictive.
Trousers and his underpants.
Right.
And he's there fully naked and he goes, whoa, whoa!
Right.
It's like, lets out this primeval scream.
Right.
And I said, now tell everybody who you are. And he goes, my name's James Glatzman. Woohoo, woohoo! Spring break! And I go, say hi to everybody in Austria. And he's going, everybody in Austria, woo, woo, spring break, yo! I go, say hi to everybody at Gay TV. And he just looked at me and said, Gay TV? He goes, this isn't Gay TV. And I go, yeah, what did you think it was? Of course it is. And then he punched the cameraman in the face.
Oh, he punched the cameraman.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did he at least pull his pants up, or was he swinging away? Well, yeah.
Well,
yeah, okay, there you
Punched
go.
him with his fist. Yeah.
Right now.
Well done.
That's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life.
Well, at some point I'll show you the 8-minute cut before the MPAA.
Whatever they cut, they didn't cut enough.
Most comedy makes people comfortable. Sacha does the opposite. His comedy creates tension. You laugh, but at the same time, you can feel the room getting uncomfortable. And somehow, that tension makes everything even funnier. Because once people feel pressured, they stop thinking clearly. Some panic. Some get defensive. Some completely lose control. And the audience feels all of it happening in real time. At some point, the interview stops feeling controlled, and starts feeling dangerous. That's what makes it impossible to look away.
Yeah.
That's high praise, I would
They
think.
know that I'm here tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're thrilled about that. Let's talk about you. You do a lot of characters on the show, and you did a character recently that almost got you killed. It almost started a riot and got you hurt. Is that right? This is the Daytona Spring Break.
There's actually there's been a couple of near riot situations.
Right.
One was Borat. We had a riot with that recently, but with Daytona.
Which character were at Daytona?
Daytona, I was playing Bruno, who's this kind of gay Austrian, uber fashionable.
Right, I know the character. Yeah. He's you went as this character, and you were asking people to do what?
I met a bunch of wrestlers who were kind of on spring break, and I'm incredibly gay as it. I'm incredibly flamboyant and fabulous.
Right.
And I'm wrestling with them and we're wrestling and my head's in their crotch and all that kind of thing. And then at one point I got these guys to kind of do a whole load of push-ups. I was saying, okay, let me see your muscles. And they start going, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then I go, okay, can we see the Asha? And so they
the Asha?
Yeah, so they dropped their trousers and showed me their buttocks.
Yeah.
And then I go, is it possible to see a little bit of the front? And they're going, no way, man, no way. And I go, come on, just a little bit of the Fleischwaffe. And this guy's going, no. All the time he's got his hand down his underpants, just giving himself a little bit of length, just in case.
Borat and Ali G may seem stupid, but the strategy behind them is incredibly smart. Sacha understands that people lower their guard around someone who seems harmless or foolish. That's the trap. By pretending to be clueless, he gets people to say things they normally never would. He uses fake stupidity to expose real stupidity. And sometimes the craziest person in the room isn't Borat. It's the person reacting to him. That's why his comedy hits deeper than normal celebrity interviews.
Were voting and telling people
I know, I
to vote.
saw people on Instagram doing it. I thought, I've got to be in.
Yeah.
I want to be one of the people that voted.
Well, you did. You voted for a lot of the people who didn't vote. Now, this show, and you know this because I would email you after each show because I love it so much. Who is America? It was on Showtime. For those who did not see this show, Sacha, and forgive me for explaining your own show to them, would do a series of characters, rotating characters, and trick politicians, famous people, not famous people, infamous people, into doing the craziest, most unimaginable things.
Yes.
That it's still, like for instance, you got Dick Cheney, the former vice president of the United States, to sign a water board, like happily sign a torture device.
That's right. I was surprised.
Was that the goal going in to get him to sign that?
Yes. I mean, I did say, when I showed it to him, I go, this has been signed by Ariel Sharon and by Shimon Peres and also by Demi Lovato. She has a wonderful voice. And he goes, I've never signed a waterboard kit before. I go, what? You're joking. He goes, this is going to be very valuable.
Did you talk to him at all off camera? Was there any?
Well, about half an hour before he came in, I realized I was about to interview the ex-vice president, who'd started a couple of wars.
And
I
CIA.
Thought yes, and I thought he might be suspicious. So I realized I had no backstory to my character. I was playing this kind of Israeli army character, but I had a sidekick who was a kind of Israeli special ops guy, a real guy. So I said, you know what, he's coming in 20 minutes. Just tell me everything about your military experience from the time that you were a child onwards. He goes, okay. He goes, at the age of 8, I went to school. In my right hand, I had my lunchbox. In my left hand, I had my gas mask. And that's when I realized I had to join the Israeli army. Cut to 20 minutes later, Dick Cheney walks in, and they say, all right, should we start filming? He goes, listen, before we film, I'd love to actually know a little bit about who's interviewing me. So he sat down with me in a corner. He goes, do you mind telling me about your military experience? I said, Mr. Cheney, at the age of 8, I went to school with the lunchbox under one hand and the gas mask under the other.
That was crazy. Congressman from Orange County, a guy named Dana Walker, who's real a nut.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Sacha isn't just chasing laughs. His comedy exposes ego, celebrity culture, insecurity, prejudice, and public image. That's why many scenes feel more like social experiments than comedy sketches. Sometimes the reactions become more shocking than the joke itself. And that's what gives his comedy lasting value. Because underneath all the chaos, he's exposing how fragile public personas really are. The audience isn't just laughing anymore. They're watching people unravel in real time.
So here's the best we can do.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a clip. It is unacceptable for broadcast television. We can show a few seconds.
Thank you.
We can show just a few seconds of the clip, but what we can do is we can show the clip to our studio audience, and then we can watch. Well, let me just say. Then the home viewers can watch the studio audience watch the clip.
So wait a minute, you're saying I've come on this show for the first time in 12 years and you're going to show the audience watching my clip, but the people at home will not be able to watch the clip.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is that okay?
It's not okay, but it feels
It's
like I
not
have
okay.
no other option.
We don't have an option, so I've been instructed to warn our studio audience. I know you think we're kidding, but we're not. That the scenes you're about to see are very graphic and potentially offensive. If you want to leave right now, you have the option of doing that. If you want to leave during the clip, you may do that as well.
So, should I explain what the movie's about? Well,
Yes.
I'll explain. So basically,
Yes. Yeah. Maybe I'll go in the audience. So I
Okay,
can
you
watch
go in the
too,
audience.
while
Okay.
you explain what it's about. Here, Mark, I want you to watch the show. All right. Excuse us. Thank you. Excuse me.
Sacha understands tension better than almost anyone. Every scene feels seconds away from disaster. People don't just watch for the jokes. They watch to see what happens next. Will someone walk out? Lose patience? Completely snap? That unpredictability creates incredible audience retention. Because it genuinely feels like anything could happen. And once the tension starts building, it's almost impossible to click away. Personally, I think Sacha Baron Cohen is one of the smartest comedians ever. Not because his characters are outrageous, but because he understands people. Most celebrities spend years protecting their image. Sacha creates situations where protecting that image becomes almost impossible. And once the mask slips, the audience sees something real. The joke is never just Borat acting ridiculous. The real joke is how quickly serious people reveal themselves when they think no one is judging them. That's why his comedy still stands out after all these years. It's awkward, chaotic, sometimes deeply uncomfortable. But underneath all of it, there's a level of intelligence most comedians never reach. Sacha Baron Cohen doesn't just make people laugh. He reveals them.